Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, it's Dafan and Sue.
You're not Dafan. But, we're here today with our dear friend Tati. Say hi, Tati.
Hi.
And she's gonna do some sort of couple Q&A, but with different questions for the couple. And I think Sue is going to be up first and I'm going to be up second.
Yep.
I have no idea what she's going to ask, and
Yeah.
she has no idea what she's going to ask me, and
Yep.
we'll see how the answers turn out, I guess, when we're looking at the video just like you are. So I am going to walk off now and let these ladies do their questions.
All right.
I'm afraid what's going to happen.
All right, see you when you get back.
All right. Have fun.
Hey, pumpkin. All right. So I do have 4 questions for each of you.
Okay.
Let's see. I literally titled it like Sue and Dafon's questions in my notes. Okay. So first question: how did you feel when Dafan first approached you?
How did I feel when Dafan first approached me?
Yeah.
Well, I felt skeptical, number one.
Okay.
I guess I was just born a skeptical person. So I had never been in an actual relationship with an Asian person. So I had kind of like previously dated really quickly an Asian person, but it wasn't anything it wasn't anything big. And at that point in my life, when he did message me on MySpace, I had kind of had a talk with God not too long before that, and I was like, okay, I'm done with the dating. Like, I don't want to date anymore. God, I'm ready for my husband. And I'm ready, that's when I like sat down and wrote down my list of what I wanted, and I put it under my pillow and I slept with it under my pillow. So at that point, I was ready to like really settle down. So I wasn't in the mood for dating just to date. I wanted the next person that I met to be, I wanted it to be something that was meaningful. And so that's where like the extra skepticism came in when he contacted me. So first thing I felt was skepticism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so at first I thought it was like specifically had to do with like dating outside of your, not dating, but looking for someone that you want to, have be a partner, with, and marry, and for it to be someone who is outside of your race. So that was the skepticism, because you were thinking about marriage and possibly it being someone outside of your race.
Kind of. Yes. So there was a piece of it where, he was Asian, and there's always that thought of like, okay, is this somebody who is serious about dating outside of his race? Like, is this somebody who is willing to marry someone outside of their race, or is this someone who's just kind of experimenting? Because I didn't want to meet somebody who was just experimenting and just wanted to see what it was like to be with a black girl. But he quickly dispelled my skepticism on that part, because he told me he had been, all he dated was black women, and he had been previously married to a black woman who he brought to meet his family, and so his family knew that was his preference. So that quickly, squashed that skepticism.
So I think like you pretty much answered my next question based on how you just answered this question. Would you still have wanted to date Dafan if he's never dated a black woman before?
Yes, I would have given him a chance. I would have really wanted to know how he would have felt about telling his family. If he felt like he couldn't tell his family, he couldn't talk to them about it, and there was going to be no way that that like I would be able to go and be a part of family events and things like that, then I would say it's not going to work for me, because I need to know that you're really committed to this, you're really committed to me, you're willing to fight for me.
Right.
So if he had said that, then it would have kind of been like a deal breaker for me. But if he would have said, I've never dated a black woman before, but I don't have a problem with telling my family, like, this is what I want, this is who I'm with, this is who I want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. I'll let them know what I want. So as long as I knew that he was willing to fight for me, then we'd have been all good.
Did you feel like your family would have no issue with you marrying outside of your race as well, so you weren't concerned about that?
Yeah. Yeah, my family, so coming from Jamaica, I guess, Jamaicans for the most part are pretty open with, one love. And they have a lot of Indians, so Asians. They have a lot of Indians, and then there's Chinese and stuff like that over there. So there was already some mixing and with white people and stuff like that. So within my family, it wasn't a big deal to date outside of our race. My mom dated outside of her race before, so it wasn't that wasn't an issue for me and my family. Yeah, so I was lucky and blessed to have that not be an issue for me.
Nice. Okay. And what do you find to be Dafan's most attractive trait? It could be physical or non-physical.
Okay.
I guess trait is specifically about characteristics, but
Well, so the first thing that I find the most attractive about him is, it's like, I find it really attractive, but it's also really annoying sometimes. It's his confidence. Because he's really confident. I definitely feel like he has alpha energy. And if he weren't like that
alpha energy.
Yeah, because if he wasn't like that, then I don't think we would vibe very well for the long haul. But he is.
Do you feel like you're sort of an alpha? Is that why you
feel like
that's sort of budding?
No, I don't feel like I'm an alpha, but I feel like I'm a strong-willed woman.
Okay.
And so I need someone who I know is going to stand up to me. And if he's going to stand up to me, he's going to stand up to other people. And so, I want somebody who I feel like can lead my family.
Leaders.
So, yes, and I found that in him. However, that same confidence gets on my nerves sometimes. It really does.
In what way?
Well,
give me an example.
Let's see. He's like, let's start this business, that business, that business, this business, that business, this business, that, and that. And I'm like, okay, well, how much time do you have for that? Like, when are you going to find time to go, I can do it? I'm like, I don't think so. We gotta think about that again. Because you don't have that much time, energy, patience to do all of those things. And so sometimes that's a fight. Because he feels like he can do it, and he can. He's so talented, and he can do so many things. That it's not a matter of can he do it, but for him, it's he just gets very excited about things and he wants to do them right away. So yeah. And what else? So I love his calf muscles.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I just would not have thought of that answer. Okay.
I love his calf muscles. I think they're really sexy. And my calf muscles are the worst. They're like little skinny chicken legs. But his look really nice. And you know what else I really love?
What?
His hands. So, dating, I always looked at hands.
So do I.
Yeah, and if their hands were like dirty and didn't look like they took care of them, then I was like,
it's a big no-no.
yeah. And it was really great with him because he worked with his hands. Like he fixed motorcycles and stuff, and so he worked with his hands, but his hands always looked really nice.
Wow, I know he rode, but I didn't know he fixed the motorcycles as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he would fix motorcycles. He worked on them. And I went to the track with him a few times and I watched him, and that was like,
No, you was like, I'll turn it on.
yes.
Nice.
And then, you know,
Nice.
when we got back home, he was able to wash his hands up real nice and he looked good again. I was like, yeah. And his intelligence. His intelligence is very, very sexy to me. I love how intelligent and smart he is. And
I would always be lost with half the things that you used to talk to me about. I was like, what? So much I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that he says that I don't get either. But I have to be like, what? Say that again? What did you mean by that?
Yeah.
Or I have to say, I don't understand. Explain it to me a different way. And then he usually does. And so he's good with, he's much better than me at figuring out a different way to explain something. Whereas if he doesn't understand something that I'm saying, I just repeat the same thing 50 million times and hope that he gets what I'm saying.
You're not even going to try to switch it up. Wow.
I just change my tone and inflection. But I'm getting better at that, though. I'm working on that.
Well, that's what matters. You're improving over time.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well,
And sometimes I told him last night, I was like, you know, when I'm not easily annoyed, you just look so cute. But when I'm easily annoyed, he's like the worst person in the world. And it has nothing to do with him. It's just.
Does he try and make you feel better, or is he just like, oh, I know to leave you alone during these times?
Yeah, he's just like, all right, I know to kind of keep my distance a little bit. Yeah. Because the more he tries, the more annoyed I would get. Yeah, so he's learned that over the years.
What if he brought you ice cream?
Oh, he knows that. Yeah, he does know that trick.
Works. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I was just like, that's the trick all the time.
Yeah,
right?
bring me food. Yeah, he knows that.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Well, the way that he knows if I'm really, really upset is if food doesn't work. If food doesn't work, then he knows I'm really upset. That's the only time food won't work.
Okay.
Luckily, that doesn't happen often.
Okay, good.
Usually food works.
Good. I'm the same. Food is so delicious. How can it not? Okay, so I believe that was the last of my 4 questions. I know I had some like follow-up questions after you answered a few, so answered more than 4, but thank you. Those are things I really wanted to know, and I knew I had like more questions before you guys like started doing your videos and things like that. But like after I started watching and started to understand, I was just like, oh, okay, you answered like most of the questions I had like for years about your relationship. Really? Yeah. So I was just like, I feel like I'm intruding, even though I know you guys for such a long time. Yeah. I was just like, nah, if she wants to talk about it, then great. I'm just not going to bring it up. But now that you allowed me to, I feel great. Now that I know. I'm just nosy though.
But, okay.
So, sorry about my nosiness.
No, it's good. I'm glad that you asked the questions.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were going to be like more digging a little bit deeper.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of what type of question you expected me to ask? I'm very curious.
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. I thought, like, the questions that you asked, I thought maybe you kind of already knew them a little bit.
Really?
No? Well, except for the sexy one.
Yeah. I didn't know about the calves, girl. That was definitely something new. Like, okay, now I need to be checking for guys' calves, because you never know what they could do to you, you know?
And they're a little,
hands,
like, though. Little bow leg a little bit.
Oh, you like that too?
And
You like when
mine's
they look a
are,
little bow leg?
yeah. And mine's are,
Interesting.
but I can't see how mine's are. People tell me that I'm very bow-legged, but
Are you?
yeah.
I have to see you walking like front view. I don't think I've ever like watched
Yeah,
your legs
yeah.
specifically.
But I don't
think-
really see myself.
I think it's more attractive on a woman than a man. I guess like on a man, it looks like he's gonna fall.
Well, it depends on how much it is. Like, not a lot.
Okay.
Just a slight.
Okay.
Not a lot. Well, I want to see what you asked Dafan. And,
Really?
And what his answers are.
I just
Are you going to
really
ask him the
want-
sexy question about me?
I can't tell you which questions I'm gonna ask.
Well, if it's not on your list, add it on your list.
Okay, let me just do that right now.
Yes,
Give me
add it on
one
your list.
second.
You
You want to know the answer to
Yeah,
that,
you
huh?
can give him 5 questions. That's okay.
I have a question that's similar to that.
Okay.
So, yes. But don't worry. Okay.
Now, don't let him talk forever, because
Girl, I can't control that. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
'Cause I feel
okay,
like-
stop right there. Next question.
I feel like my segment didn't last that long, so we
What?
can't have him.
I feel like that was like a
Talking.
good 10 minutes.
But I feel like he's going to be talking for like 20 minutes.
He is, but that's what, video editing is for. Cut off right there. Like, that's enough. Were you scared first time?
We were intimate? Mm-mm.
You weren't?
No. Because
Were it all like apprehensive, like just like, I don't know what it's gonna feel like, I don't know what it's gonna look like, I don't know how I'm going to respond to it, I don't know, like.
I think there was a level of comfort there.
Okay.
Because we vibed so well that it was something I was looking forward to. Because, we had taken the time to kind of like to get to know each other before we actually met each other in person. So there wasn't that
Wait, before
awkwardness.
you met in person?
Yeah, because
So-
remember we met on
MySpace,
Yeah.
right. So wait, how long were you guys talking on MySpace before you actually met in person?
I don't know, maybe like a week or 2.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought this was like a long sort of drawn out
No,
thing.
not
and
that
then-
long. It was maybe like a week or 2, but we talked like every day.
Okay.
And so we really got to know each other, and we talked for a lot. Like we talked for long periods of time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so while we were talking on the phone, we got to understand like, okay, what do you value in life? What are your values? What are your goals in life? Like, what do you want to achieve? So those really important things that we should know about our partners, we talked about those things, and we understood that, okay, we have those things in common. And so we fit well together. So we were able to talk about some of the harder subjects to talk about, and we got that out of the way, and we really got to know each other very well. And then by the time we met in person, it was more like, okay, now it's just about, does the physical aspect work? Because we know like the emotional, the spiritual part works.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
It's just, does the physical part work? And it did. So that was good.
Nice.
So by the time, the intimacy part came along, it was like, that was just the icing on the cake.
flowed,
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, those must have been some really deep MySpace conversations. You to meet in person and feel that comfortable.
Yes, because and then we took it. So I took it from MySpace to phone calls really quickly because I was like, I don't have time to be chatting on the computer all the time. Like, I want to talk to you and
I wanna
hear
hear
what you
your
sound
voice.
like. Yeah. So a lot of our conversations were on the phone. And he said he was surprised by that because usually, like, people want to chat back and forth for a long time before they actually give out a phone number. I was like, no, here's my number, and you call me. You call me.
You said it just like that?
Well, I probably texted
during the
wrote it.
message.
Yeah,
Right.
like that. Like, here's my number. You call me. Call me. If you're really interested, you're gonna call me. If you're not interested, then I guess
your
we'll know.
boldness. I need to be that bold.
Well, I mean, you gotta weed them out some way, somehow.
That's true. We're good.
We're done.
We are done. Nice. Good job, Sue.
Oh.